Tonight, two families, dozens of friends and loved ones honored the memories of two victims. We're following breaking news tonight from Ozaukee County. Our big story on Fox 6 News at 9, a recall ramp up. And sheriff's deputies tell us they're not familiar with the man at the center of this standoff. Another letter was sent out. But when it arrived at the new address, Erdman wasn't living there. That's a violation of his parole. I've referred to this in the past as the Jeremy Ross wind measurer thingamajiggy 6000. Certainly not high tech, but it demonstrates the kind of wind we're seeing out here. All the parties are pretty much on the same page. I'm apparently making lots of friends out here. Thanks, man. We're live at Summerfest. Our big story on Fox 6 News at 10, the recalls really get going. The Racine School Board considers legal action over cuts in state spending. District leaders added the issue to Monday night's meeting. The state budget cuts public education by $800 million over 2 years and reduces what schools collect from property taxes per student. He almost lost his life in Afghanistan. Now this Purple Heart recipient is finally getting the vacation he deserves. The FBI says a bomb threat prompted flights to be temporarily halted at Washington's Reagan National Airport. No explosives were found aboard a plane. It was searched and 44 passengers were questioned after someone made a bomb threat at an airport ticket counter in Dayton, Ohio. 3 teenagers are dead after stealing a car outside of Chicago. The group took the vehicle in Prospect Heights. They were speeding when the car hit a curb, crashing into a tree and another car. 3 were killed. A 4th teen is hospitalized. Police are investigating whether drugs or alcohol played a role in the crash. A medical breakthrough in St. Louis. A 7-week-old boy is now the youngest person to ever use an artificial lung. It's buying him precious time, moments his sister never had. Andy Banker explains. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. IndyCar racing is back at the Milwaukee Mile for the first time since 2009. A crash Saturday sent one driver to the hospital, and this morning a downpour nearly canceled the race. Fox 6's Brett Bagansky takes you to the Milwaukee Mile. Raising children is certainly no easy task, but imagine for a moment if you had to look after 70. One Milwaukee man's generosity helped to do just that. Fox 6's Ben Handelman details one very special Father's Day.
Well, we get so many pictures in, we don't know where we put them.
The Keys currently have 4 foster children in their home. Carl says all he wants is a few calls home on this very special Father's Day.
Or maybe a little time to rest.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hopefully a lot of time to rest. And that's all the parents always want, just a call.
Exactly.
Just a call.
Yeah, you called today, right?
I did.
I did too.
I had to leave a message, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, still time. All right. Well, imagine the thrill, get this, of telling someone they've inherited a large sum of money.
I'd love to hear that. Even better if you're the one, of course, hearing you're getting those big bucks. Just one problem. The man getting all that inheritance, nowhere to be found. The hunt for one homeless man. Despite getting hit dozens of times, he says he only received some swelling on the back of his head and some scarring on one of his legs. He went into a restaurant to carry out a sandwich. What he received was not on the menu.
Wow, like, who just hit me?
Dazed and eventually down in a corner, a Milwaukee man is punched and kicked. Hit so many times, it's hard to count.
At least 50 or better.
When he's finally able to get into his car, his attackers follow with gunfire.
3 shots in my car. Boom, boom, boom.
The impact captured in pictures. The license plate punctured, a tear in the trunk, a side slightly severed.
From the shots to my car, where they at, and how it came through, if I'd have been over a little farther, I probably would have caught one.
This 31-year-old man asked we not show his face on camera. He was one of 2 men beaten inside a Chicago sub shop back on August 18th.
I was arguing with the clerk, obviously.
He says the 2 exchanged words about a person who used to work there, and the clerk threatened him.
I told him to come from behind the glass then. All he's saying is words behind the glass. He got a glass to protect him.
Police, however, say it was the 31-year-old who threatened the employee.
Next thing you know, I get hit in the face. Bam.
4 men eventually take part in the beating. The 31-year-old believes at least one of his attackers was friends with the employee. They may have been looking out for the clerk, but a stranger was looking out for the victim.
If he wasn't my friend, I didn't know him.
The helping hand, however, is countered by a fist.
The only thing I said to him was thanks for trying to stop something, but I feel bad that it happened to him.
The Good Samaritan gets beaten even as he tried to leave. The 31-year-old eventually follows, making it into his car, but soon after, the shooting started.
I wasn't really worried about the beating part. It's just when I got shot, I felt my leg burn.
One bullet sailed into his vehicle, grazing his leg. He's fortunate to walk away from the beating and hopes police are fortunate enough to find his attackers.
Hopefully they go to jail.
Investigators are trying to identify the men responsible for the beating. Now, we have posted still pictures of that surveillance video and police contact numbers on our website. That's fox6now.com. If you've got information on this crime, police would love to hear from you. In between the stretch of road connecting Rome and Sullivan, Wisconsin, thousands assemble.
Look at the big fish.
I got some nice looking floats today. You're going to enjoy it.
They watch and witness something in between madness and genius.
What is that?
Lunacy and laughter.
Somebody got run over or something. Who cares?
Anarchy and artistry.
It's not a normal parade.
If you consider Dan Boss an artist,
It's showtime.
then his paintbrush is his bobcat.
Faster, slower. Now you might have to just lower the hair once it gets up 4 or 5 feet. Back her up.
If you'd call Boss a sculptor,
Looks nice.
then he's welding or melding machinery
Killer.
into a not-so-perfect piece, ready to roll out on display.
PVC pipe that's all haggard. A Batmobile car.
Double-decker school bus, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot there's a pontoon boat on top too.
Welcome aboard the maiden voyage of the Big Johnson. Welcome to the 2011 Junk Parade.
It's amazing how much junk people have.
Something you don't see very often.
There are dozens of floats, each with a theme.
This is Junk Vegas.
Welcome to Junk Vegas.
Formed from a calamity of clutter, cocktail of adrenaline, engineering, and alcohol.
There's a little bit of beer involved always.
A mix of machismo, mechanized machinery, and did we mention alcohol?
A lot of alcohol, mostly alcohol.
We'd like to tell you this display is dedicated to the responsibility of recycling, but
It's about being irresponsible.
It's just about having fun.
It's the most fun we have all year. That's how boring life is around here.
the community gets a return on their refuse.
It's a good way to raise some money.
Funds collected here go to the Sullivan Area Chamber of Commerce and local first responders.
Oh, look at this.
And firefighters are about to earn that cash as a Ford F-150 disguised as a big mouth bass catches fire.
A fatality?
Bass is gutted,
Casualty.
but this fish gets hooked on a line and towed away fine. Success is sometimes measured in merely getting to the end of the parade.
I'm a betting man and I have confidence in my junk.
To make it to the finish line. If we cross there safely, we'll be fine.
But it's a junk parade. You never know what they'll do.
Redefining the phrase art is what you make of it. Proving one man's trash is another man's pleasure.
Looks almost beautiful.
Jeremy Ross, Fox 6 News.